What is up, you guys? Austin here. So I get asked a lot as to whether or not respiratory school is worth going. So in my opinion, I would say there's a right answer and there's a wrong answer, so yes and no. This is my opinion, but I believe when you buy anything, even in education, you need to look at your ROI, which is your return on investment. So I know people who have gone to school for something such as like social work, and they go $60,000 in debt and then end up making $13, $14 an hour, when the same guy who just graduated high school could be working somewhere and be making the same amount of money. So technically, who's the smarter person here? The person with the education who's $60,000 in debt making $14 an hour, or the guy with no debt making $14 an hour? So that's exactly how you gotta look at respiratory therapy, is where am I gonna go to school, how much am I gonna be making, and how much are my loans gonna be? So I went to a small community college, and if someone went through that program, they'd be in about $22,000 worth of debt. I know other people who go through a program and they'd be in $40,000 of debt. So once again, who's the smarter person here? So also, if you go for your bachelor's or your associates, who's going to be making more? You're both going to be making the same amount of money. That was my dog. Please excuse the noises. So like I said, one person's $40,000 in debt, the other person's $20,000 in debt. We're both making the same amount of money, so 60 grand is the average throughout the United States. So I have a video talking about how much I make and all that good stuff. Check out that video. Well, anyway, we're making the same amount of money. One guy's paying more in student loans than I am. So I mean, once again, who's winning here? Is going to school worth it once you look at your ROI? So what I did was I went to college for free. I have a video on that. There are many different ways of doing that. I talk about all the different ways how someone can go to school for free. And when someone goes to school for free, especially for respiratory therapy, that's a no-brainer, because I love my job, I make good money, so to me that's a win-win. So that's going over the question as to whether respiratory school is worth it. I also get asked, is respiratory therapy worth it in general? Like I said, I love my job. I went to school for 2.5 years, and I make good money, as I said, and I love it. I find my job very easy. I'm not doing a laborious job. I worked in a factory before I went to respiratory therapy, and I absolutely hated it. So to me, respiratory therapy is totally worth it. I know a select few, I can maybe count on one hand out of all my followers, of who don't really like their job, but that's because they've been doing it for 20 some years, and I can see myself maybe not liking it after 20 some years, just because it's repetition. You're doing a lot of the same things. However, in respiratory, you can also switch things up, specialize a little bit more. You can work in the adult world versus NICU. There's tons of things you can do in respiratory, that way you don't get totally bored. I just know that when I go to work every day, I love it. I love walking into work. I love helping people. Someone once said that if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. And that's exactly how I feel. Now I also get asked if respiratory therapy school is hard. Once again, I have a video about this. I believe if you put your mind to anything, you can do it. So I know I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. However, I made it through respiratory. I was planning on going to PA school, so all that, I believe anyone can do anything they put your mind to. So is respiratory therapy school hard? Yes, some days were better than others, but like I said, I think you guys could definitely do that. So I go over a little bit more in detail in my other video. I highly suggest you guys check that out. So going over a recap of this video, is respiratory worth it? So look at your schooling, look at your return on investment, how much debt you're going in, how much money you're going to be making. Are you going to like what you're going to be doing? So make sure you check out all my videos to see what respiratory therapy is all about. Go shadow a respiratory therapist, because I believe that's one of the greatest things you can do when looking for a career, is just shadow someone for a day, see what they do. So are you going to like respiratory therapy? And then are you going to be able to make it through the schooling? Because once again, why would you go into debt if you're not going to be able to finish the schooling? Unfortunately, I had classmates that ended up doing this, and I mean, it happens, guys. But like I said, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. So I believe in you guys. Anyway, I hope this video helped you. And if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. See you in the next one.